Today on People Now, new details about the American citizen identified among the more than 200 people killed in those deadly church and hotel bombings in Sri Lanka. We'll tell you what we've learned.
Also on today's show,
I like to share my family. It's my proudest moment in my whole life.
Pink getting real about why she's fed up with social media trolls commenting about her kids.
Grandma has arrived in the UK in preparation for Meghan and Harry's new royal baby.
Every year it's a lot of pressure, but every year.
The incredible James Brolin tells us about prepping for his wife Barbara Streisand's birthday, his son Josh Brolin's newest baby, and more.
Plus, Jack Osbourne and Katrina Weidman are investigating paranormal activity. They are here with some freaky stories from their show Portals to Hell.
It's live today on People Now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Watch this.
What was supposed to be a joyful Easter Sunday was marred by a horrific wave of Islamic radical terror, bloodshed. We mourn the loved ones of the victims, some of whom we can confirm were indeed U.S. citizens. This is America's fight, too.
That was Secretary of State Mike Pompeo confirming the deaths of Americans in the Sri Lankan terror attacks. One American citizen killed in the attacks has been identified so far. Dieter Kowalski, a Denver man visiting Sri Lanka on a business trip, was killed Sunday in terrorist attacks that claimed the lives of at least 290 people in hotels and places of worship across the country. People has confirmed this. Now, Kowalski was on a business trip when his Colombo hotel was hit with a bomb. The Wisconsin native was a senior technical operation head at Pearson. That's according to his LinkedIn profile. Pearson's CEO, John Fallon, confirmed Kowalski's death in an email sent out to employees and obtained by People on Monday. In that email, Fallon talked about how Kowalski had a big heart and was full of spirit. Fallon ended the email saying, "We mourn Dieter deeply today." A billionaire Danish fashion mogul lost 3 of his 4 children in the attack, according to multiple reports. Anders Hulk POVLSEN owns Bestseller, an international clothing chain, and is the largest shareholder of the online clothing retailer ASOS. The BBC has reported this. The communications manager for Bestseller tells CNN, "We can confirm that Anders lost 3 children in the attack." Danish media reporting that POVLSEN was vacationing in Sri Lanka with his family at the time of those bombings. People was not able to immediately reach Bestseller's communication manager or a representative from ASOS. Now, 6 of the 8 bombs simultaneously rocked 3 luxury hotels and 3 churches on Easter Sunday. 2 explosions were later reported in a housing complex and another hotel. At least 290 people were killed in those terror attacks across the country. Authorities have so far arrested 24 suspects in the attacks, which they say were carried out by 7 suicide bombers, according to NBC News. The Associated Press reports that an additional explosion went off on Monday in a van that had been parked near St. Anthony's Shrine since Sunday. Sri Lanka's Minister of Tourism said Kowalski is one of 39 foreign tourists killed in the attacks. That is according to the Associated Press. An additional 28 people were wounded. Our hearts go out to all those affected by these devastating attacks. But now, guys, we shift gears to this, a much lighter note. Grandma has arrived. Meghan Markle's mom, Doria Ragland, has reportedly arrived in the UK all the way from Los Angeles to be by her daughter's side. This is ahead of the arrival of her first grandchild, and we are guessing she's pretty excited about all of it. In a statement previously released by Kensington Palace in October, it was revealed that Ragland thought her daughter's pregnancy was lovely and that she was very happy with the news. Well, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's royal baby is due any day now. We are watching closely. What better way to prepare for a baby than having the family by your side, of course? And Ragland, who is a social worker and yoga instructor in LA, was the only family member attending Meghan's royal wedding back in May. We remember this. But the royal family has welcomed her with open arms. After Prince Charles walked Meghan down the aisle at the wedding, he then escorted the bride's mother down the steps of St. George's Chapel following that ceremony. It's said that the Duchess of Sussex and her mother are very close, but despite reports, sources tell People that Ragland will not be living permanently with the soon-to-be family of 3 at Windsor Castle's Frogmore Cottage, but she will have rooms set aside for her located close to the house where Harry and Meghan's evening wedding party was held. Now, in more royals news, it's being reported that Prince Harry and Prince William, who attended the family's Sunday Easter service together at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, did not speak to each other on their way in or out of the chapel. This is amid reports of a plan to send Harry and Meghan to Africa following the birth of their first child. The plan to send them there is in order to capitalize on their appeal to younger people in the Commonwealth and to put a distance between them and the Cambridges. Those are the reports. Now, in this photo, you can see that the two aren't standing by each other. They were separated by their cousin, Zara Tindall, and her husband while waiting to make their entrance. At one point, Harry was seen talking to Zara and exchanging pleasantries with Kate, but does not say anything to his elder brother. Meghan was not present for this. Now, in a statement, Buckingham Palace did not deny the reports of Meghan and Harry going to Africa, saying any future plans for the Duke and Duchess are speculative at this stage. No decisions have been taken about future roles. In addition to attending their Easter church service, the extended family also stayed afterwards for lunch with the Queen, who just turned 93 years old. So much going on there, and we're kind of reading into those photos. Who are they talking to?
Any day now.
Woo. All right, so we've got a holiday that is going to make your Monday blues disappear. Check this out. It's National Jelly Bean Day, everybody. Guess what? We got a big old tray of them.
Yes, we do.
Sliding them up in honor of the sweet holiday. This delicious tray of jelly delights right here. There's the close-up. Oh man, they're colorful.
I mean, there's a lot of cool ones. You got berry blue, cotton candy, juicy pear, tutti frutti.
I'm scared of a few of these.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little taste test here. I'm gonna go with the coconut. I've never had the coconut, so I'm really excited to see. It's good. Oh, it's really good.
I don't like
I
coconut.
feel like I have a pina colada on the beach.
Oh,
Jeremy.
you're really
That's what it
dreaming
feels
about
like in my mouth
This
right
is
now.
the, according to the chart, sizzling cinnamon.
How's that one?
Similar to your beach fantasy, mine's like fantasizing about chewing big red gum, cinnamon. It's exactly
I like the coconut
that.
one. I also like the cotton candy. I mean, I think they're really good.
Man.
All right,
Guys, okay, let's just say this. Overall, I'm not a jelly bean guy.
these are good.
Those are good.
Yeah, they've really honed in on
I
the
don't like
flavors.
anything savory, though.
I know.
You know, like it has to be totally fruity
yeah.
or sweet.
Enough of our taste testing, though. I'm sure this is very thrilling to you, though. But the real question is, what are your favorite classic jelly bean flavors? So we researched the most popular ones, came up with buttered popcorn,
Absolutely not.
watermelon, cinnamon, and black licorice, which
Absolutely
is very
not.
shocking.
Black licorice,
But
no
a lot
way.
of people are diehard with the black licorice.
Woo.
Got a lot of flavors here. There's one for everyone. So vote in our People poll for your favorite jelly bean flavor, or just tweet us your favorite with the hashtag #PeopleNow.
We're going to check on your results a little later and give you the chance to watch us eat even more of those coming up. So stick around. Now watch this.
I like to share my family. It's my proudest moment in my whole life. I'm prouder of my kids than anything I've ever done, and I won't share them anymore. I won't do it. I'm not posting pictures of them anymore. And I understand people saying you need to be more careful because you are in the public eye and you should have thought of that, and they're right, but there's a nice way to say that.
Man, she's really feeling it here. It's an emotional clip of Pink on Monday's episode of Ellen. She's opening up about why she is no longer posting photos of her kids on social media. It's because of all the social media trolls.
I mean, I feel bad. She's these adorable kids. She wants to post about them, and people just come after her in the comments. She's very choked up in the clip.
Yeah.
She tells Ellen how mean people are on social media. Sometimes she'll go and she'll fight back.
Right.
She'll comment back at them. Other times she says that she just breaks down and cries.
You can tell it's taking a toll. It
Yeah.
sort of surprised me, actually, a little bit that it's taking a toll on her. But this photo here, let's take a look. It was getting a lot of heat. So she covered up her toddler, who took off his own diaper. That was kind of part of what was going on here. She kind of scribbled out there. So of course to cover him,
and so
to be
in
honest.
this photo, this pelican came, hung out on their property for I think it was 2 hours, had this really fun moment with her and her kids, Willow and Jameson. She thought it was really cool, so she posted it, and then people just came after her in the comments.
They even commented saying that someone should call child services because of some of the photos that she's posted on her kids.
I guess because her kid's not wearing a diaper, so
Right,
they're really
I don't
upset
know.
about it.
Yeah, you can see the caption though in this photo. It says in part, "I'm turning off my comments, shaking my head at the state of social media and keyboard warriors and the negativity that you bring to other people's lives. There is something seriously wrong with a lot of you out there."
I mean, this is tough because now I looked on her Instagram. She hasn't posted with her kids in a while because she now doesn't want to do it. What is your take on
Well,
it?
I say this a lot, like just parenting in general, having kids, there's so many opinions. I think it's easy to kind of get caught up in your own world. You forget that you may do things the ways a lot of other people don't. And then when it's out there for the world to see on social like that, and you're in the spotlight, of course people are going to come at you. I don't know though, it seems like she's had a bad bout
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
and you see Pink and you think she's untouchable and that
Yeah,
this wouldn't affect
it
her.
wouldn't
but
matter, right.
Clearly, it really does affect her,
Yeah.
especially if you're talking about her children and saying she's a bad mom.
Yeah.
So I understand, and Instagram does have these features where you can turn off the comments, which I think is a good option, or you can turn the comments so that people that you follow are the only ones that can comment.
A lot of
Which
times-
is just, it's terrible that that's
the
time that
state
we're
of
in.
thing. Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I'll just post photos that have them in like posed pictures,
Yeah.
not so much moments that happen because that leaves it more open. For you know what I mean? Like that moment with the pelican or whatever. It's just like, what exactly is happening? How dare you? Blah blah blah.
I mean,
you
do
know?
you think that more effort should be taken by schools, by Instagram,
know.
by parents? What can they
It's
do?
kind of just like you got to, I think it's just sort of, as a celebrity, kind of the price you pay when your kids when you
Yeah.
put it out there. It's unfortunate, but it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to encourage everyone, post with kindness, especially about people's kids, right?
Yeah.
Give her a break. All right, you have more for us in Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with a little blast from the past from the coolest cats in school. Watch.
Fun dinner tonight with some old friends.
It's been nearly 30 years since the beloved sitcom Saved by the Bell first aired on TV, and on Saturday night, some members of the cast had a special way of celebrating. Mark Paul Gosselaar, Mario Lopez, Elizabeth Berkley, and Tiffany Thiessen, along with some of their spouses, got together to enjoy a reunion dinner celebrating decades of friendship that started with their work on the popular TV show. Gosselaar, who played lead heartthrob Zach Morris in the series, posted a photo on Instagram documenting the reunion, captioned, "This is what 30-plus years of friendship looks like." Tiffany, Elizabeth, and Mario all posted the same photo captioned, "Friends Forever." That's really, really sweet. The hit show ran on NBC from 1989 to 1993. Thiessen, who played Kelly Kapowski, explained to People in 2009 that those years were during a formative time period for many members of the cast, saying that the cast had, quote, a lot of firsts together. I'm really glad to see they're all friends after these years. The show's 30th anniversary is coming up in August. Well, Jessica Simpson and her husband, Eric Johnson, are celebrating their first Easter as a family of 5, having welcomed their third child, Birdie May, on March 19th. Simpson shared a sweet photo of her family dressed up in their Easter finest on Sunday, captioned, "Happy Easter from the Johnson family, party of 5." Now, this is the first photo Simpson has shared of all of her children together. To make the image even sweeter, the entire family wore coordinating outfits, with the couple's 2 daughters in matching flower print dresses, while Johnson and Ace both wore blue suits, Simpson tying the family look together with a sweet blue dress with flowers on it. It's a lot of work to make it look that great, but very coordinated. We love it. The proud mama shared a behind-the-scenes look at the family's Easter celebrations, showing off their impressive decorations. You got Easter baskets filled with goodies galore, pink roses, other assortments of flowers everywhere, pink picnic tables to match. Looks like an Easter bunny's dream. And what Easter celebration would be complete without a wall of donuts? You gotta have that. Simpson showed off the colorful donut wall with the words Happy Easter written across the top. If you look closely, you can see each donut has a peep with it.
Oh,
a lot of sugar. It's a lot of sugar, but it's really pretty. Yeah, looks great. It looks like they had a great Easter.
You like peeps?
No. But I like donuts. All right, while the Kar-Jenner clan spent Easter Sunday at Coachella, Rob Kardashian's daughter Dream went Easter egg hunting with mom Blac Chyna. You can see the adorable 2-year-old running around Blac Chyna's yard in Los Angeles, having a good time. Dream stayed in theme with a colorful dress and matching yellow bow. Blac Chyna and big bro King Kyra also wore some yellow for the springtime holiday, and Blac Chyna was in good spirits. She's been dealing with the ongoing custody battle between her and Rob Kardashian. At this time, all child support obligations have been suspended until the two figure out an agreement. Now, Rob ended his $20,000 a month child support payments to Chyna, claiming he could no longer afford it. In March of 2019, Rob tweeted out saying that Chyna decided to drop the child support case because she felt it was in the best interest of their daughter. Now, according to court documents, Rob asked Chyna to pay him support. His lawyers suggested he should collect $2,864 for his 50-50 custody of Dream. We will keep you posted on all of this. All right, Cardi B is also celebrating Easter Sunday with her family. There's Cardi with her husband Offset, their daughter Kulture. And good news, she's starting to talk. A very exciting moment for parents. On Sunday, Offset shared a really cute clip of her on his Instagram stories saying, "Dada." Watch.
Dada. Good job, mommy. Say, Dada. Yee.
So cute, her little voice. Offset obviously thrilled. He captioned the video, "Yes, finally." Cardi revealed in October 2018 that Kulture was definitely a daddy's girl. She once told E! News, quote, "Sometimes she'd be throwing tantrums and I'd be telling Offset when he's on tour, oh my God, this girl be throwing the craziest tantrums. Then when he come around, she doesn't do it." I say, she still adores you, Cardi. She's gonna be staying mom soon. Those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us, guys. We're revealing today's beauty of the day as we get ready to reveal People's Beautiful Issue this week. Plus, Jack Osbourne and Katrina Weidman join us live to talk all about their new series for the Travel Channel. They're visiting notoriously haunted buildings. They're finding out if there really is paranormal activity. It's creepy. It's coming up.
All right, guys, it's National Jelly Bean Day. We've been asking you what's your favorite flavor in our People poll. Let's check in on the results so far. While we
cinnamon
have
sizzler.
coconut. I really like the coconut
What
one.
are you guys saying?
Let's see what you guys are liking in our poll.
There it is. Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Of those options,
It's the best.
that's maybe the best. Although the cinnamon, that's just because you guys didn't know how good it was. The cinnamon should be stronger.
Butter popcorn is interesting. I don't think you would like that, right?
Style. And,
I would want to try it. I've never tried it.
and the black licorice, honestly, if someone gave me a full box, I'd just throw it right away. I would put it right in the trash.
I normally don't even like jelly beans that much, but these are actually pretty good. All
All right, keep voting in our Jelly Bean People poll. Now let's move on to this.
Actor Josh Brolin welcomed his third child back in November, a daughter, Weslyn, who he and his wife, Catherine, called Bean. She's very cute. You've been tracking along with her on Instagram.
Baby Bean, I love that. Josh has a son and a daughter from his first marriage who are all grown up, so he's doing the baby thing again for the first time in a long time. Baby Bean has some pretty famous grandparents. You might have heard of James Brolin and Barbra Streisand.
Maybe. Well, we caught up with James, a.k.a. Grandpa Jim, who told us all about how Josh is doing as a dad this time around.
He dropped, you know how busy he was this year. I mean, he literally...
He was in every movie that came out, basically.
He stopped everything and nothing but diapering for 3 months. But I did this for him, which he just found out. You know, I said, well, you know, I used to, you know, I did all the diapering, and if we went out to dinner, you were right there under the table, and I was. You did?
I love that. He's such a doting dad and grandfather.
Yeah, so James also opened up about Barbara's grandparenting style. This is very sweet. Take a look.
The minute the kid comes in the room, she just changes into another person. She falls apart, you know.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't help it,
and
right?
you know,
It's overwhelming.
she's persnickety, right? Who put those flowers there? You moved that. That's supposed to be on the table right there. The minute the kid comes in, all that just goes out the window, and it's just really fabulous to see somebody disarmed.
And you two lovebirds celebrated the 20-year anniversary last summer, right? Last July?
20 last July.
So I feel like you have dealt with the persnickety maybe longer than anyone.
Yeah.
You know how to manage that.
I'm good at it.
You're good at it. Just a couple of lovebirds doing their thing. He's a pro by now, but when James needs a little help, and vice versa, he's really open about the fact that he and Barbara are actually really big fans of marriage counseling.
So he broke it all down for us and told us why counseling works so well for them.
We have talked about early on that whenever there are any marriage differences that build up, you know, get together with a mediator, sit in a room and talk about it. The problem is, and this is for everybody to hear, that one of the couples doesn't really like it that much. You gotta both really like sitting and talking it out.
That makes sense.
Or don't get married in the first place.
Yeah, because talking about a mediator, and you've been really open about doing counseling, in what
Yeah.
ways has that really helped you?
You spend 1 hour and afterwards it's all just poof, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's been building up, who knows, a week, 4 days, a month, 2 months?
It kind of helps having that person there so you get more
Yeah,
perspective.
I mean, first of all, you have to find somebody you like being around, but and who you don't mind hears some of the personal things. But
there you go.
Well, it works. It works,
Well,
and it's really important to make a marriage work. They're all tough, you know.
I like that they're so open about that and that it really helps.
And just taking time out to make it work, right?
Yeah. Now, Barbara is gearing up for a very special day. She turns 77 on Wednesday. So James shared with us his gift-giving philosophy. It's a good one. Check it out.
I got lots of stuff hidden under the bed, packages wrapped, and
Ooh.
yeah. We'll see what
romantic. I
happens.
like
It'll
that.
be good.
I mean, what do you get someone like Barbara Streisand?
Every year it's a lot of pressure, but every year, the day after, it's okay. So, birthday's on the 24th, on the 25th, it's going to be fine.
He's got it down to a science here.
You know, we couldn't let James go without putting him to the test. We're so curious about his and Barbara's home life, so we wanted to play a little round of who is most likely to. Take a look.
Most likely to head to the kitchen for a midnight snack. Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
What's the go-to?
She wants to, but I do it.
All right, most likely to forget a birthday or anniversary. Neither.
Nobody.
Sure.
No.
You're both on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I can tell it's really important to you. You do the gifts, you make sure you don't forget it.
Yeah, especially there. You don't forget it.
Most likely to use an emoji in a text message.
Oh, that would be me.
Really?
What's your go-to
Yeah, but
emoji?
it's a GIF, actually, not an emoji.
the
But
GIF.
I'll find something that's humorously related to whatever the subject is, and I'll find the best little piece of film or animation of something that's
Very
pretty
funny.
cool.
I love that. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
your text messages.
Yeah.
All right, most likely to stay in their pajamas all day. Both of you. You both just take days like that. Oh, that's
Yeah, unless we're working, then we're up at 4.
Most likely to apologize first.
Apologize for, me. Yeah.
Hey, like 20 years in, lessons learned.
Everything's 80% my problem, you know, my doing anyway, right? I mean, you got to admit that before you get married, right?
No, absolutely. I'm still learning the hard way. Most likely to make the biggest mess getting ready in the morning.
Biggest mess all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You name
Does
it.
she get annoyed with that? the messiness?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Charlie. It's Charlie. It's Charlie. In this particular area where we're standing right now, the demonic spirits are the strongest.
Okay.
And it's partly because
this is when you said Charlie, and when you start talking about demonic spirits, look, demonic spirits.
Yeah, it goes off.
And Charlie's right behind you. Yeah.
Ooh.
He's not happy that we're here. He's just to the left of you.
Yeah, I'm cold, like right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, feeling it right there to the left. Little clip there from the premiere of the new paranormal investigation series, Portals to Hell. Debuts this Friday, April 26, 10 p.m., Travel Channel. We're now joined live by Jack Osbourne and Katrina Weidman. Thank you for being here. And worth noting, this studio has been very cold since you arrived.
Yes,
Yes, it has.
I'm chilly.
Yeah.
Is it because of what we're talking about? I don't know.
Right.
Or it's just the thermostat.
No, it's thermostat. Charlie's right behind.
No, Charlie, oh, he's here.
He's right
Just to the right this time.
Let's talk about that clip, though. You're at this really creepy hotel in Alaska. You believe there's a spirit behind you. I mean, what's the device you're holding? Walk us through this.
So that's a device called Melmeter, and it picks up a few different frequencies. It's got a thermometer on it, and it has an EMF reader in it, which emits its own magnetic field, and something with any kind of energy field can break it and trigger it, and that's how you know, well, that's something's going on here.
It's a ghostometer.
Do you guys fully believe there is a spirit presence in that hotel?
There's some weird things that happen there that we experienced, and I mean, you know, we have our own thoughts, and we go in very objective, and you know, even if somebody tells us there's a ghost there, we know that they're coming from their own experiences in life, and maybe that's not what's really going on. But we did experience a lot of weird things
100%.
at the Alaskan.
And, yeah, and you've been through a lot of these types of things.
Yeah.
The Alaskan specifically, on the scale of 1 to 10, how
Creepy.
was that pretty?
Oh my
even
God,
for you,
yeah.
that was pretty.
We were talking earlier, and I said to him, I'm like, I think out of all the places we've been, that was still like one of the top creepiest places.
Well, and it did
for
have
us.
everything. It had you had the demons, you got the black magic.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much to sift through in that particular one, and in the show in general. What is the goal every time you're at a location?
It's literally to just investigate and collect evidence of what we are investigating. Sometimes it's not the most insane investigation. You know, when we were at this place, Bobby Mackey's, and we were told, oh, you'll get pushed, you'll get scratched, people see, you know, all sorts of stuff. There's a demon in the basement, all this stuff, and it was a very kind of mellow investigation. But some strange stuff certainly did happen, and we did capture some crazy things on camera.
Yeah. Now, Katrina, you've been hosting paranormal shows for a while. How did you get into this?
So I am a total nerd. So I grew up watching X-Files and just being totally into like paranormal, UFO, conspiracy. Like it was always kind of my thing. And in 2012, I hosted a show on Sci-Fi, and which was a paranormal investigation show, and I just kind of fell into it. And we pitched a show to Travel, and they liked the concept and reached out to Katrina, and yeah, we got the band together and hit the road.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, talk to me about how this pairing works.
Yeah, well.
Facebook.
Yeah.
We were Facebook friends.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because I had done the paranormal stuff, and Katrina has had such a, you know, long career working in the paranormal. We were like Facebook friends.
He actually told me when we first met in person, he's like, I used to watch you and fall asleep. Which was creepy. And then he stopped me from running out the door. He's like, not that way.
I'll see you again, never.
Yeah.
Please do not Facebook again.
I'm gonna watch you sleep.
Who of you two gets more freaked out by
Me.
stuff?
Oh God, I get so
Do you?
freaked out. Katrina's like,
I hold him.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay, baby.
Well, I feel like you would maybe be a little more scientific about it, and then you're experiencing it.
Yeah, I'm the one making awkward jokes in times when it's not appropriate.
So in the scheme of the series and taping this and going to all those locations, scariest moment for each of you, or maybe most eerie, whatever you would categorize.
I mean, the Alaskan was definitely creepy.
Yeah.
But I think the creepiest thing that happened for me was definitely Bobby Mackey's. Because it wasn't just Bobby Mackey's. When we went home, we had a shared experience.
Yeah.
And he's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. And we both had like the same thing happen to us.
Wait, what happened?
And,
Are you allowed to say?
yeah.
So we ended up in hospital in the same day for different things.
Yeah.
But really kind of freak accident stuff. And then we both were contacted by two separate mediums who barely know us, don't know each other, and they were like, hey, you've brought something back with you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Dun, dun, dun.
You don't think the mediums are kind of like working together?
No, they don't know each other, and that's the crazy thing.
That is actually pretty wild.
It's really weird, and we were warned about it. Well, we were at Bobby Mackey's. We met with the bishop, and he's just like, "Don't go in there. It's evil. It's horrible.
We're
It's
like,
going to follow you." Yeah, we're like, "Okay."
And
so, yeah.
So then you're in the hospital. Do you like call a priest or something, or like say a little
An
something?
old priest and a young priest.
Something to kind of spell. Anyway, well, I hope you didn't bring anything here today.
Yeah, I know.
We should know this before agreeing to the interview.
Switching gears a little bit, we did a social media deep dive on you guys.
Oh,
Katrina,
God.
best part of your Instagram has to be Batman.
Oh,
your little
I know.
pup, so
my
cute.
My tripod.
Is he kind of like your main partner when Jack isn't around?
He is, yeah. That's my pup. He's a tripod. So he has osteosarcoma. So we're working through all his treatments right now. But he's amazing.
And he's a rescue.
He's a rescue pit. Yep, love him. He's
I didn't
the
know you had a
sweetest
three-legged
puppy.
dog.
I do. Yeah, he's the cutest thing ever. He wears bow ties. I make him wear bow ties.
Yeah. You have a cat too, right?
I do have a cat.
Wait, three-legged cat? No.
No,
Four
just a
legs.
four-legged cat.
Five-legged cat.
Five-legged cat. It's wild. Everything's a little.
Found him at a nuclear power plant.
Yeah. And the animals all have ghost sightings too. Anyway, whatever. That would be the show.
There you
the
go.
animal ghosts or something.
Yeah.
Does it happen?
Well, we were just talking about it.
Yeah, we were.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. She investigated a house where.
Oh, there was a monkey,
Yeah.
an apparition of a monkey, and people kept seeing this like ghost monkey.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of things we could explore. Jack, let's talk about this. Your latest Instagram post is something to celebrate. You opened up about 16 years of sobriety.
Yeah.
That's obviously a lot that you've been through. Why do you choose to be so candid about that journey?
Because it's a part of my life. I got sober at 17, and so I've had a, it's a long time, and I chose to kind of commit myself to living a life sober. And I think in this day and age, with the fact that the opioid crisis is what it is, it's the #1 killer of men under the age of 50. It's actually lowered the life expectancy of Americans now, and I think people need to be more open about, hey, you know what? There's a solution to this problem. It might not be the only solution, but there is one out there.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
by the way, on 16 years. That's incredible.
That's amazing. You do everything like so publicly as well. I mean, you've been very open about living with MS. You've gone through the split with Lisa very publicly. How do you, manage, prioritizing your sobriety, your health, and your family life?
It's a struggle. It definitely is, especially now kind of doing the single dad thing. I have my kids half the time, and so it's like I have 50% of my life not with my kids to kind of fit everything in, and that's, going to the office, taking care of, my own personal stuff, health, hobbies, friendships, and so it's really, time management is something that I'm really working at, and I'm not great at it.
I feel like I could benefit from being around someone that's really good at time management. Did you benefit from seeing?
I'm not good. I'm not good.
You're not good at it, but you're working on it.
I struggle big time.
I struggle too, so we're bad for each other.
At least
that way,
we
I guess.
make it a call time on time every day.
We do,
so,
yeah.
we're good at that.
You also recently went on The Talk, your mother's show, and talked about giving Selma Blair some insight into life with MS. How important is that for you, being able to kind of, speak publicly, help other people out with their journey?
For me, I find it, I get a lot out of talking to people kind of in the same spot as me. I find it kind of comforting knowing that I'm not alone. And that was really the crux of the conversation I had with Selma, and it was, because MS is so different with everyone, and I have the same disease she does, but we are affected completely differently by it. And so she was just, we just kind of spoke about kind of what I do, my regimen, the things I've done in the past with it. And
did you learn anything new from her? Maybe in the reverse sort of direction?
I've been kind of publicly living with it now for 7 years, so I kind of am aware of a lot of the full spectrum of it. And so, it's a tough disease. It really is.
Yeah, and you're really open about it. You have these adorable daughters. Did you ever bring them to set?
No.
Is that something that, are you trying to keep them away from that as much as possible?
Probably would keep them. It's fun because I was thinking, I'm like, we're going into summer, and if season 2 gets picked up, we'll most likely be filming in summer. And I was like, should I bring the kids? How would it work? We work nights. It's, I'm not sure how I would incorporate the kids into this one. But then again, little children running around with ghosts, it's a really good spooky, element.
A demon babysitter.
Yeah. Well, you've been very positive about co-parenting with Lisa.
Yeah.
How is that going now that some time has passed?
It's, like I said, it's been a, finding the new baseline. And so, we're good. We got our schedule down. The kids are great. Everyone's happy. It's been an interesting ride though, for sure.
One of my favorite things are photos of you with, you got the stroller, you got the baby strap, the whole thing. Daddy daycare.
Oh yeah,
Real deal.
Some of those days
What's your favorite thing, worst thing?
Favorite thing, I like doing the morning routine with them. You know, I like getting up with them, making breakfast, kind of getting the day started.
They're fresh.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer doing it on not school days because when you got to get them out the door,
it's a fight.
It's herding cats. Least favorite thing, poop. It's just, kids poop a lot.
What has Ozzy taught you about being a dad?
A lot. I think, the biggest things, my kind of nuggets my dad has given me is obviously never passing judgment on kids. Never kind of shaming your kids in any way and just being totally open to kind of, their life is their experience. And so I can't, try and corral them into what I want their experience to be. And the second part is like good work ethic. My dad is a real working class guy, and it's something he really, I think parted on me is about, you do your job, you get there early, you leave late, and you give 100%. So.
I mean, he's such a legend. I was just gonna say, have you met him or
I
been able to I'd be like, can I FaceTime with him?
He thinks it's weird what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't get what you're
what is
messing
his
with.
take on it?
He just is kind of like, all right. Like, he can't really talk. He was at a band called Black Sabbath. Like they literally, come on, dude.
Do you encounter naysayers a lot as you've been doing this?
All the time.
What's your response to people?
Well, I think it's just, a lot of people, once you really start to talk to them and find out why they, are a naysayer, it's not so much that there's no common ground there. It's just, people have different belief systems that come into play with it. And if you think about it, the paranormal is really based off of religious texts, folklore, books, movies, and everybody has deeply held beliefs about that stuff. And so I remember I was taking a cab ride with somebody at a conference, and she doesn't believe this at all. And so when I started talking to her about it, it wasn't that she didn't believe that there's things that we haven't discovered yet, it's that she didn't believe in the afterlife. And so it became this really interesting paradigm shift for me, because then it was, a thing of not so much that people don't believe in, that we have experiences, it's just that they don't believe that there's life after death. And so for Jack and I as investigators, we're not necessarily saying that everything that we encounter, everything we document is life after death. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that people have these experiences and not all of them can be explained away.
And I like to say this too, for 5,000 years, people have written stories about ghosts and dragons and giants and mythical creatures and all that. And as time has gone, we've stopped writing stories about mythical creatures and these miraculous beasts, but yet we're still talking about ghosts. And so I'm like, there's gotta be something to that.
We can send that tape to Ozzy.
I know. Yeah, one last thing about Ozzy. He's had a few bumps in the road
Yeah.
recently. He was in the hospital for his hand, the
Yep.
pneumonia canceled his tour. How is he doing?
He's doing
today?
good. Yeah, he's back to being his cynical old self. So it's always a good sign. When he's complaining, about mundane things, he's good. Yeah, he's back to normal. When everything on TV sucks and when everything at the house is broken, he's in a good spot.
Oh, good. Glad that he's doing well.
Thank you.
Glad the family's doing well. Before you guys go, we're going to do a quick evaluation.
Oh.
We asked our staff to tell us stories about their own supposed paranormal experiences. We want to know if they're paranoid or paranormal. First up, here's an editor, Whitley. Watch.
Jack and Katrina, this is my paranormal story. What happened was I'm laying in my bed and I hear my sister scream. It was really loud, so I went over to check it out. What I saw was her entire side to her back was on fire. My cousin Ralph was beating the fire off of her back. Now, she was in her bedroom folding up the clothes, and there was a candle a couple of feet away from her, but she was never close enough to where it would get her back on fire. There was a girl that lived in that house. That girl, we later to find out, was killed by her brother in a hotel. So it's not like she was killed in the house, she was killed at the hotel. Is that paranoia or paranormal activity?
Wait, was that spontaneous combustion?
Yeah, I don't know, but well, I mean, that's a pretty wild story, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear the top of it though. Was it a dream?
It was, yeah, he hold on, we're going to play the top again. You're going to see it again, the whole thing. But
Hi, Jack and Katrina. This is my paranormal story. What happened was I'm laying in my bed and I hear my sister scream. It was really loud, so I went over to check it out. What I saw was her entire side to her back was on fire. My cousin Ralph was beating the fire off of her back. Now, she was in her bedroom folding up the clothes, and there was a candle a couple of feet away from her, but she was never close enough to where it would get her back on fire. There was a girl that lived in that house. That girl, we later find out, was killed by her brother in a hotel. So it's not like she was killed in the house, she was killed at the hotel. Is that paranoia or paranormal activity?
Glad we watched it twice. I needed to process it again. There's a lot there.
There is. I think, is there 2 stories there, or is there 1?
It seems like it's a combo story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wonder if he has some, mediumship abilities.
Maybe.
What would be the first thing you do to investigate for this story?
If someone randomly caught fire in a house?
Yeah.
In a vision.
In a vision.
Well, I think we would start with police records as far as the girlfriend or the woman being killed by her brother, see if there's any validity to that, or is it just rumor?
And then we'd sit down with him.
Start with the facts.
Yeah, start down with him, get his whole story, ask questions.
Yeah. You probably want to bring the ghostometer too.
I like that this is what you guys do on the show, though, is you actually check with police, you try to see if these stories are true and kind of dig that way.
Yeah.
And we in the process, we've actually kind of changed a lot of the narrative on some well-known ghost stories and haunted locations. Like, we went to the LaLaurie Mansion, and American Horror Story actually dedicated an entire season to that house and the things that allegedly went on there. And because of, a lot of folklore, it got blown out to bigger than what actually happened. I mean, some atrocious things did occur there, but we, Katrina did some really deep research, and we kind of got to the bottom of it all.
Yeah.
I'll just say this, believer or not, you guys need to watch this show. It's very entertaining. Katrina, Jack, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Make sure to check out the premiere of Portals to Hell on Travel Channel this Friday at 10 p.m. Guys, we are kicking off our daily beauty of the day as we get ready to reveal People's Beautiful issue on Wednesday. Now, on Friday, Camila Cabello stole the show with her epic red carpet looks and her killer album, Camila. It is safe to say that she's beautiful on the inside and the outside.
But the fun doesn't stop there. We're revealing today's beauty of the day. Hint, another singer is about to have her very own golden hour.
Yep, you guessed it. Maybe. People's beauty of the day is KACEY Musgraves. Our girl KACEY's pretty much taken the world by storm in the past few months. The country singer released her album Golden Hour in 2018. She wrote all 13 tracks featured on that.
And since then, she's won a Grammy for Best Album of the Year and Best Country Album of the Year, plus an ACM Award for her Album of the Year. Her hit song Space Cowboy and Butterflies raked in a couple of Grammys as well.
Now, music aside, Musgraves has some insane style. Our teams here love her. She took home her 4 Grammys this year after rocking a series of 3 looks that were perfect for the red carpet, the stage, and of course that winner's podium.
She looks amazing. Most recently, she wowed at both weekends of Coachella Music Festival. She performed some of her greatest hits, including Butterflies, High Horse, and Rainbow. For the massive crowds, definitely did not disappoint.
Would have loved to have been there to see that set. People's Beautiful issue, guys, hits newsstands nationwide on Friday. We'll be revealing a new beauty of the day tomorrow, Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for that.
Is it wise to collect the rents? Why shouldn't I? Because it's a man's job. You think because I'm a woman I'll be persuaded to take less? Would you ask a man to take a lesser price? No.
I thought that you might be more reasonable.
Oh, you mean softer? Well, now you know me better.
She's fierce. She doesn't pity a fool. That was HBO's new period drama, Gentleman Jack. Tells the story of Ann Lister, who defied tradition in many ways, including marrying a woman in the early 1800s, becoming a businesswoman who took up mining on her estate, as well as having a passion for medicine, travel, mountaineering, and life in general. Not your average woman from the 1800s, perhaps. Joining us is Saran Jones, who plays the lead character of Anne in the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. She's good, eh?
Yeah, right?
It's such a cool project.
I know.
Now, the writer of the show, Sally Wainwright, she's been working on this for 20 years. So how did you get brought into this project? 'Cause I know you have an interesting audition story, right?
Oh, right. So I've known Sally for 10 years, and I knew she was working on this. So when I heard that the scripts were ready, I said, yeah, I want to be a part of that. So they got me in to read. But that day, I was at Buckingham Palace.
Wow.
As you do.
Yeah, right. When you're a Brit.
Yeah, when you're a Brit, you just go to the palace and just hand some awards out for Prince Charles for his charity. So I don't really wear skirts and high heels, like shoe heels, but that particular day I was in a skirt and so on Ann Lister. And I was thinking, damn, why am I dressed like this when I'm going to audition for this woman who was, as you saw, she was gender non-conforming in the way that she dressed, and physically she was quite masculine. So when I got to the audition, I kind of ripped the shoes off and I said, okay, let me just get ready, kind of scruff the hair up a bit. And luckily, I got the job, and the rest is history.
So the show's based on Anne's diaries.
Yes.
You went to Halifax Library, right?
Yeah.
Read some of the diaries.
The actual diary, yeah.
And as you're reading through, what's your initial feeling as you're reading here are her words, right? That's got to be a moment.
It's amazing, and it's a real emotional experience because, you know, her hands have touched these actual things, and they're really beautiful. They've got like a marble background, and then Sally, our writer, was with me, and she can read the code. So a sixth of the diaries of the 5 million words were in crypt hand or secret code. And Sally can read this code just by kind of looking at it. She's learned how to do it. So to be there with my writer and creator and have her just look over my shoulder and read the code was just amazing. It's like when you read someone's diary, it's like they're speaking to you.
She was actually called the first modern lesbian. Which I think is so cool. What was it like playing her and bringing that story to life? Because I feel like a lot of people haven't heard about her, and now it's very intriguing.
Yeah, and actually some of the diaries haven't even been decoded. So we were getting email beeps on set saying we've just decoded this little bit and it relates to the scene that you're doing. So it was like raw and exciting, and you know, to get that information as you were filming was just amazing. I think with what Sally's done is made like over 8 episodes. It's a real complex portrait of a lesbian affair and a coming out story, and I think that we've perhaps not seen that, certainly not in a period drama, but it feels modern, fresh and unique because she was.
And you had coaches on set, right?
We did. We have intimacy directors, just so that we could tell the story in a very sympathetic and sensitive way. We wanted to explore the way that she had sexual affairs, because it's all in there in the diaries. It's very personal. So we wanted to do that, and also having someone was able to give us a language so that no one felt embarrassed, and we could just kind of talk about it in every aspect.
I love a period piece, and I would imagine as an actor being in a situation where you get to dive into the wardrobe and the hair.
First time you had the hairstyle, how did you feel?
You know, so we tried different styles, but then there's a portrait of Anne Lister that we felt that we wanted to honour. So we called them the croquettes. So 2 were my own, and then the other 2 curls we kind of stuck on, and then the high top knot was not mine either. So I felt I got used to it. And actually, when I'd stopped filming, I was kind of mourning the croquettes and the top knot.
To get into character on set, you wore men's underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was that about?
So the designer was, so playing with her gender, we wanted to, so I wore men's shoes, men's gaiters, female stockings, men's underwear, a female corset, and then we switched around the jackets and the waistcoats, male stock, and then a female pelisse. And then, of course, the top hat. So we really wanted to, she explored in private with her brother's clothes and braces and stuff like that. So we just wanted to play around with that.
You've done this, and you are obviously very passionate about it. Fans also know that you had a cameo in Doctor Who. It's a little show that's trying to get off the ground in the UK.
Yeah.
Something about your time there. What's the takeaway, and maybe something you really loved about that experience?
Okay. Yeah, so the cameo was the coolest cameo to ever have, so I played the TARDIS. And what did I take away? Corsets give you wind, so as in wind.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I remember on my first day, I was in a cage because the doctor had locked me away, and I remember I had to sit up and give a speech backwards, and in front of all of the crew, I sat up and broke wind, and I got in the car, and at the end of the day, I'm in the New Girl. It was Matt Smith had gone home, and the driver said, "Did you break wind on set?" And I was like, "Oh my God, everyone knows, including the driver." The corsets are bad for wind.
I also love
note to self.
I also like to break wind because that's not something.
What would you say?
Yeah. Oh, don't say it. It's just, you know what? When you say it, it's so. It just feels. It's like it's not so bad when you say it.
Yeah. You weren't expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting an answer, and I love that you told us that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So good to talk to you. Great to meet you. You guys can catch the premiere of HBO's Gentleman Jack. It's April 22nd. Corsets and breaking wind.
All right, let's take one last look at our People poll. We've been asking what your favorite jelly bean flavor is in celebration of National Jelly Bean Day. Also, I've had so many jelly beans in the course of...
We have eaten more jelly beans in the past 20 minutes than life, yeah.
Looks like watermelon.
Watermelon's taking it.
Out of those 4.
Agree to disagree.
But I feel like if we threw some of these flavors in there...
Well, the cinnamon's in there. I'm telling you, people just don't know.
It's surprisingly really good. It's my favorite one. All right.
We have a coconut flavored sparkling water right now. I can't drink it. I don't like coconut. I don't like coconut here or anywhere. Anyway.
Well, what's your
No,
favorite
I'm going
here?
with the cinnamon, and then I would maybe this pink one. What's the pink? We've got the gauge.
Yeah,
What's
we have our
got the
little cheat sheet.
cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Might be over the top. Let's see. Actually,
Bubblegum's good too.
Really good.
Bubblegum just kind of tastes like you're
Bubblegum?
eating gum. Yeah, it tastes just like gum.
guys. Oh man, really good. Watching people eat jelly beans. People now. Jelly belly,
All right,
jelly
we'll
beans.
be
Here we
back
go.
with another question of the day tomorrow. Tune in for that. Hopefully it's another snack that we can have.
I know, right? We'll do days like this all day, or all week. Coming up tomorrow, K-pop lovers, listen up. NCT 127 will be back in our studio live, talking all about their single with Jason Derulo, brand new EP, and so much more.
Plus, the hilarious Bob Saget is here, giving us a scoop on his new movie and the upcoming season of Fuller House. We're so excited for that. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Jacob Anderson. Be careful, Jeremy.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Jacob Anderson, and this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head was Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I love that song. The last movie I saw at the cinema was Us. I saw it twice in one weekend. My last big splurge was, I don't really go on big splurges. I got a lot of gummy bears yesterday.